Why hello, I'm John Hendrick, Senior Technical Writer for Wallaroo. This video is part of a series on using forecast models in Wallaroo. The series goes from model creation to deployment to parallel inferences, using data connections, and finally automation. As always, yes, even you in the fourth row, can run the same tutorial in your Wallaroo environment. You can get a free community edition of Wallaroo and deploy it in your own Kubernetes environment. Then head over to the Wallaroo documentation site at docs.wallaroo.ai to see how it's done. Sample models and data is available on the Wallaroo Tutorials GitHub repository. This tutorial will show how to use Wallaroo to perform inferences off a deployed model. I'm going to run through the initial steps of uploading the model into the Wallaroo workspace, setting it as a pipeline step, and deploying the pipeline. These are all standard procedures, so I'm just going to quickly go through those. Because what we're really interested in here is how to run inferences in a deployed Wallaroo pipeline in different ways. We're going to use a simulated database that will look at the CSV file containing multiple years of bike rentals. From this, we're going to use data to predict what the next month of rentals should look like. If I was running this fictional bike shop, this would tell me how many bikes I should have available, how many staff members I have on hand to help people, all things I might want to have available to maximize customer support and minimize costs. Let's take one scenario where we start with a set date, then look back 1 month before it and use those figures to feed into our deployed forecast model. We've got our data, so let's run it through a model to get some forecast. So we're seeing that for the days between February 23rd and March 1, roughly every day, we should anticipate renting about 1,500 bikes a day. Sometimes a little more, sometimes the model forecasts a little less. Interesting, but let's try to plan ahead for an entire month. We'll make a series of SQL queries starting with the 1st of March, then segmenting every week from there. So we'll have an array with 5 weeks worth of data. We could run it through our Wallaroo pipeline one at a time. Let's assume we're not just talking about a little bit of data. What if this data was huge and each list element was multiple gigabytes in size? We don't want to throw all that across the wire and wait forever as each element is checked out. Instead, we'll use a Wallaroo function called parallel infer. This takes a list of JSON, a list of pandas data frames, or Apache arrow tables, then submits elements in that list asynchronously. Remembered how we showed that the pipeline was set to autoscale? This means that as we make more requests, the pipeline can spin up other replicas to handle the requests. Our example is fairly small and simple, but you can see how useful this can be. We'll submit our entire list of pandas data frame objects, then let the Wallaroo SDK handle submitting the list elements to the Wallaroo pipeline in an inference request, then gather all the results back together in order that they were submitted in. And we're done. We have 4 separate inference results, one for each week in March, and we can spin all this back together to get a forecast of what bike rentals should be for the entire month. We'll use our fictional database to store those results. And just for fun, we'll compare them against what really happened. This is something data scientists can use to refine the model to make an even more accurate one to get better predictions for next time. But this suits our own purposes for now. In other videos, we're going to expand on this idea and show how to use Wallaroo data connections to draw from other data sources and work our way into automation. If this is something you want to check out, and of course you do, then check out the Wallaroo Tutorials GitHub repository. Take our models, data, and Jupyter notebooks and run them through your own Wallaroo community instance. Why not? It's free. Go register for a license and have yourself a fun time. If deploying ML models is your idea of a fun time, I'm John Hendrick, Senior Technical Writer for Wallaroo. Thanks for watching.